Both of you guys, just to, what do you think kind of unraveled a little bit on you guys in the second half after you guys were up about 10, 11 or something?
I don't necessarily think anything unraveled. Basketball is a game of runs. We talk about that all the time. We're gonna make a run. They're gonna make a run. They might make a longer run than we will, but I wouldn't say we got unraveled. I mean, we came back, we fought. We played well. We played our hearts out, and the result just didn't end the way we did. But I thought we played really well.
Both teams turned the ball over, but their points off turnovers, they were able to convert them more than you guys were. Was it just simply it was more live ball turnovers on your end? Why couldn't you have gotten those same type of points out?
Oh yeah, just careless mistakes. We know we better than that. We're gonna go fix those. Coach has been on us a lot about those turnovers, and you just gotta clean them up. So like I'm disappointed that those things happen. I love the way we fought today, and just can't wait to see them again, honestly. So.
And that was going to be my second question. It's hard to get road conference wins to be that close to it. What are the positive things it says about some of the good things you did today?
I love this team. I love being here. I love walking into practice every day with these guys, and we love to compete. As you can see, we love to compete. Like for however long the game won't take, we love to compete. And on the road, I think that's where we really, really love to compete even more. So conference road wins is hard to get, but we're gonna go and get a lot more. I promise. We're gonna go and get a lot more.
Yeah, I would just say the same thing. As you said, conference. Honestly, to win anything is very hard. But I know the guys that I'm with every single day, day and night in the gym, outside the gym. So regardless of how hard it is, I know what my guys are capable of, and I'm ready to go to battle with them, every single game.
Both you guys played in that triple overtime game against Fordham last year. You just talk a little bit about playing in multiple overtime games and kind of the wear and tear it has on the team, especially without really subbing for them.
I think it's fun. I mean, of course you won't win a game in the first 40 minutes, but getting a chance to go back to war for another 5 minutes, however long the overtimes are. We was excited. Like when Slim made the 2 free throws to send us to the second overtime, we was like, let's go. We here for this, we ready. So of course you won't win a game in the 40 minutes, but when that time comes, I think as a competitor, that's when you're like, let's go, it's winning time. So I think it's the same for everybody in the locker room.
Yeah, Darren, and then in the last seconds there of the second overtime, can you just take me through that inbounds play, what you were looking for?
We're trying to get a 3 for Trey. I think one of the best shooters in the country. Trying to get him an open look. And credit to them, Billy, he top locked it. Great defensive player, made a good play, and that's that.
And Jude, come back from your injury, it seemed like Willow's ball dominant today, kind of sharing the ball. Have you kind of changed a little bit of the style since coming back and kind of match the run gun?
Yeah, I'm still trying to get my footing back. I missed 2 games with an ankle injury, and still battling that. But I want to be there for my teammates. I got to be there for my teammates. I love these guys, and I did everything I could to get myself able to play in game shape. And today I feel like we had good juices. The 2 games we won, we beat Dave, beat Rhode Island. I didn't want to come in and try to mess all that up. I want to enjoy that winning too. I was happy for the guys that we beat Dave by 20 and then won the road, beat Rhode Island. And I'm still happy we did those things. So I still want to keep their confidence high, but try to get in where I fit in with them at this point right now, because they play a lot of good basketball. And I'm just here to win, so I'm trying to do the same thing that they was doing. And that was my approach today. The game before against Duquesne, I was having a hard time trying to figure it out. Met with the coaches, figured it out, and today it was a better situation. So I'm proud of that for me.
Any more questions for the players? All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Let's start with an opening statement from Coach.
Very proud of my group. Obviously, George Mason, I'm very impressed with him. Care deeply about Tony. Lamar Butler's on the staff. They're really proud of the way they are running the program, how well they're playing. I just think they're doing a lot of things really, really well. And they're one of the very best teams, that we've played. But I'm really proud of my guys coming off, a tough game against Duquesne. Again, 1 possession, 1 point game, another block, that could have cut it to 1. But what's most disappointing is when we get fouled on the last play 3 times in the first OT, and there's no calls. In a very physical game, 2 very good defensive teams, and I'm just not going to be able to get over that very well. and I just watched it, and it takes everything that you have to beat a team like this on their home floor. You need other people to do their job. My players did their job, my staff did their job. Shit, Tony and his staff did their job. They did a hell of a job. Everybody's got to be doing their job in crunch time. And I'm very, very disappointed in that with 0.6, 7 seconds left or whatever in a hell of a game for us to decide that we're not going to do our jobs. It's sickening.
Chris, to build off that, you seemed frustrated throughout the day with what was going on that front.
Yeah, I try to conduct myself with class. I haven't had many technicals. In fact, I haven't had a technical in the league, except for in the conference tournament where I threw a pen away from the bench because I was mad at my team, and the pen went on the floor. So I try to treat the officials with respect. I know they have a very, very hard job to do. And sometimes people can be critical of me because of my stoicism a little bit on the sidelines. Like, I'm not super, super animated. I try to be calm, but to watch what I just watched coming in, it's just, I hurt for my guys, to be honest. And again, I think the George Mason guys, they made every play too, so it's a hell of a game. It's not like, but okay, they make a play or whatever it was, we get a stop. We're coming to make a play. We need to do our jobs.
How tough was it for you guys with the 2 free throws missed at the end of it?
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks for Raphael. Obviously it would have been nice to, make those and get out of here in regulation. It's also, I thought great that he made the 2 free throws to sort of put it into the second overtime, right? But that play, if I'm correct, it was point something left on the clock.
0.6, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. They're too good. You can't overcome that. Just go try to win it another overtime. No, we're gonna win it now, right? Or we're gonna go to the free throw line again and miss both, and we'll go to the second overtime. But it's not that easy for these guys.
And one thing on them, the Billups seem to be everywhere late in that game.
Yeah, he's a great defender. He's so switchable. He's a very, very difficult guy. You put him on almost anybody, and he can guard him. And then he made a great pull-up in the right corner. It was a crazy play. It was 5 seconds left. He had the ball on the ground, picked it up, shot, hung on the backboard. Those are great plays. It was a hell of a game, And I thought, again, both teams, responded to different things that was going against them. We just did it at the end of the first regulation, and that should have been the end of the game. Or we should have missed the free throws again.
You had to navigate a lot of foul trouble, but you did have guys who stepped up. What does that say about the depth of your team?
Yeah, we have great depth. We're playing 10 guys in the first half. Trey Moss is really not right yet. He tried, did his best. You could tell, just wasn't going to be right. So it's a little easier for me when we're at 9 than 10. But I thought everybody gave great effort, and both teams I thought just played very, very hard and well. When I say well, it's not the offensive well played, guys just make shots. It's not, neither of our teams are like that. I think both teams sort of did what they do, and sort of were able to impose their will in different spots of the game. So it was, probably not aesthetically pleasing in terms of shot making, but man, it was probably an exciting game to watch.
And the turnovers, the same question for the players.
I have to look at them. I mean, I think we turn people over, they turn people over. We turn over a little bit more today than maybe expected. I'm sure there's probably some things I'm going to watch and send to say, is this a turnover? Or, like the first play of whatever overtime that was. And so there's a lot of stuff going on. It's a high contact level game, so it's difficult to officiate. But we've got to clean up some of those turnovers regardless of the physicality.
And as a staff, like you just said, you've had 2 tough losses this week. How do you grab out the good things out of your film study?
I think you look at there's going to be things that we made big mistakes on that I'm sure we can clean up, and then things we did well. All our games are like this. I mean, every one of them thus far in the league is like this. For Richmond, we're up 4 with 1:30, lose the game. The other night, the guy blocks a shot, makes a hell of a play to block a shot that would have cut it to 1. Then I think we're down 3, or we're down 2. Dixon makes another great play. These games are just so close. We are a little bit younger than the other teams. We're starting a freshman point guard. You know, we're starting to sophomore, at the 2. A sophomore is coming off the bench, freshman coming off the bench. So we're a little bit younger, and so sometimes when it is the first time that these guys have been through some of this individually and as a group, and but I've got faith. I mean, like I said, I was hoping watching that, I would have felt like I was coming out of here feeling pretty good, but it is what it is.
Could you walk me through that? Towards the end of the second overtime, get the rebound, tell Christian Jones to go up the court, and when he went,
It was just hard to score against them. Like you like, it's not like, oh, Joe Coach, call a set play against this really good defense that individually is so good at defending their own guy. So like you try to run some stuff, and we got some stuff, but like some of it is your better chances to go get it and get fouled because their defense isn't set. Oh yeah, and then maybe go get the rebound and get fouled on that rebound because they're not set and they're in rotations, and that's exactly what happened.
You're happy with the 2 tip-in chances at the end, the contact?
No, I'm not happy that there should be fouls called on them. There were fouls. I watched them just a minute ago, so no, I'm not happy with it.
Coach, it seems like Christian Jones in both overtimes, you really relied on him with a lot of the offense. Can you just talk about sort of what he's been bringing lately, your trust in him, earning that starting role?
The 5-man pick and rolls for us were better in this game because, again, anything guard to guard, you're involving Billups, you know what I mean? Like, you're involving some guys who are good defenders, and just based on our playmaking ability, Christian's the guy who can get himself into the paint.
They hit a couple shots early, but you guys kind of locked in and maybe played your best defensive stretch of the year, early in that second half or first half.
Yeah, in the first half. Yeah, no, I mean, again, I thought, they were going to come out. Maddox is a very difficult guy because of his ability to pull up and make shots, and I think O'Connor's terrific too. I thought we limited him from 3. If I don't have the stats in front of me, but I was very happy with our defense. They're so physical, and so you just have to match them their physicality, and we did. I thought even on the backboards a little bit. They're just again very very good defensive team, very physical. I thought Tony's done a great job. George Mason should be very very happy that he's here. Somebody who deeply cares about the institution. Wore the uniform. I just think a great representative of George Mason, and this was a hell of a game. It was a fun game to be a part of. Coaching, great environments, a lot of faces I like to see. So it's just unfortunate the way it ended for us, to be honest. And I feel bad for Raphael missing those free throws. That's life. It happens. He'll get those back. His teammates gave him a chance to win the game. And that would have been. We really forget about it had we won.
A great game from Darren Buchanan Jr. tonight, coming back from that ankle injury, as we said. How do you feel about working him back into the offense as kind of like a backdoor cutter almost with Hansen as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some adjustments that he's need to make, or we need to help him with to understand maybe a little bit of the way that our offense is evolving. And he's been very receptive here. Probably in the second half of Duquesne, it looked like that, and it really looked like that all day today.
We'll go last question for Coach in the middle.
Gerald was 0 for 10 from 3 to 9.
Need to make a few of those. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty clean looks. Yeah, again, it's probably a little bit. It's funny, Mason. You can't score at the rim on them, and you can make threes against them. And that, looking at it for us, I think it might have been like the other way around a little bit. And as I've said all year, we're going to be a little bit of a up and down 3-point shooting team. That's just the reality.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
I've never done that before in my life, but hey, we're not dealing in mythology.